Here we are back in southern France at Beaucaire for the second of the 94 internationals. And from a circuit that was waterlogged just a week ago, it's now extremely dry and extremely dusty. And we're going to have problems here today. 76 there, that's Bob Moore. Number 6, that's Yves Demarié, the Frenchman. Changing machines for 1994 onto Hondas. Donny SCHMIT talking to his mechanic. SCHMIT then trying to reassert himself at the top of the 250 calendar for this year. Number 5, that's Marnik Bavorts, changing bikes for 94. Number 4, Pedro Tractor. All looking to fire a few warning shots across the bows of the oppositions here at Beaucaire today, ready for the first of the Grand Prix. Up the hill, number 10, that's Ron Lejeune, the American. Number 2, STEFAN EVERTS, second bridesmaid in the 93 World 250cc Championship. Up the hill, here he is, number 1 in the World 250 Series, the South African on Suzuki for 94, Greg Albertine. Settling down through practice, number 5 here, Marnik Bavorts. And as you can see, the dust is beginning to pick up in places. There have been complaints that they feel number 34, well, that's Paul Cooper, the British 125 champion. Here's number 10, Ron Lejeune.
Ron Lejeune, welcome to Europe. Can you give us some idea what your plans are for the next few months?
Well, I plan on doing some European events and some also some American Supercross events, some outdoor nationals, some Mickey Thompson events, a little bit of everything.
And they tell me that you're entered for the first 500 GP at Payerne. Could this mean a good result? We could see you riding more 500 GPs in 94?
I think it's possible. You know, I'm not for positive that I'll be there, but I'm thinking about it. You know, I'm giving it some thought, and you know, we'll see what happens. If I do well, if I end up riding it, then maybe I go and do some more.
And we have seen some superb rides from you in Europe in the past years. A notable one was in the France Motocross des Nations event. Do you enjoy the European style tracks and the events over here?
Yeah, I enjoy them. They're very fun. They're sometimes you know, I don't enjoy the tracks because they're so fast, but you know, I seem to do well. I just try to ride hard and not crash. You know, it's going so fast that, you know, I try to really watch out what's going on, and you know, I have fun. It's a good time for me.
And you've had a very up and down career. You know, you've at one time looked as if you was going to be dominant in America, and things just didn't work out. Looking back at your career to date, do you feel that you could have done better, or you are happy with the way things went?
I'm pretty happy with the way things went. You know, I did things the way I wanted to. You know, a lot of people tried to make me do things I didn't want to do, and you know, I didn't do them, and you know, maybe I could have done things maybe different, and maybe things would have been, you know, the outcome would have been different, but I did it the way I wanted to do it, so that's the way it happened. I feel like I've made more than my share of money in the sport, you know. Granted, I could have made more, but, you know, I feel like I've gotten my share, and, you know, I made big money for a few years there, and, you know, I have no regrets.
And coming to the south of France and to ride the Beaucaire, is it the first time you've ridden this track?
Yes, it is.
And what are your thoughts this morning?
It's fast. It's a fun track, though, you know. But it's very smooth and very fast, you know. It's not so technical. I was hoping for maybe a little more technical stuff in the track, but it's very fast and wide open, and you know, it's okay. We'll see what happens.
Ron Lejeune, former American Kawasaki team rider, made a big name for himself at Supercross, but fell by the wayside just a little bit. But we're back here at the start 35. The Brit there, Paul Malin, as Donny SCHMIT walks past in the background, heading for the start. And it's a very sunny day here. Machine of number 3 there, that's SCHMIT's bike. And there's Ron Lejeune with Greg Albertine, the World 250cc champion. And with news of Ronnie going to the first Grand Prix at Payerne in Switzerland. We'll have to wait and see Stefan EVERTS with his new Kawasaki, sponsored by Silkling JHK. That's the Dutch construction company JHK. As they come onto the line then for the start of Heat 1. 14, Frederick Bolle, just in your picture. Number 4 there. As they line up and look at that for a camera view from up there. That's where we'll be bungee jumping a little later. They're under the board. Any moment the gate drops. Here they go. Heat 1. here at Beaucaire underway. Look at that dust beginning to lift already. Into the corner. Well, it looked very much like EVERTS. It may well have got the whole shot, but I don't know. Look to the second corner, and it is 76. The American Bob Moore. Still suffering just a little from that injured ankle that he received at the British 250 Grand Prix in '93, but it's Moore. From 7, DeWitt, Werner DeWitt, and Paul Malin giving Stefan EVERTS not very much room. 3, SCHMIT goes through. There is number 1. Greg Albertine's had a lousy start, but it's Moore that leads this first race at the International here, Southern France, Beaucaire. They pick up places as they come through. Number 9 around the outside, that's Jochen Carlsen, that's EVERTS' teammates. At front at the moment, it's the Yamaha of Bob Moore. The very popular American's been around Europe now for some years. 5, EVERTS on Suzuki for 94. Then it's Lejeune, number 10, the American. Then it's number 35, that's Paul Malin, the Brit. That's a good position for him at the moment. But it's Moore at the front. Those chances of a top place in the World 250 Series last year destroyed by that crash that he had at the British Grand Prix. 5. It's still Marnik Bevorts, number 2 in the picture there, and that's Stefan EVERTS. He's got Lejeune and Malin behind him. 34, there's Paul Cooper, that's the British 125cc champion on Castrol Honda for 94. Rode Yamaha last year. They begin to settle themselves down. DeWitt going backwards, literally. 4 on the bike, Pedro Tractor. But I don't know what DeWitt's playing at. He got a great hole shot, but he just seems to be going backwards. Obviously, the cobwebs from the winter layoff still beginning to show on this rider. Out front, it's Bob Moore. So spectacular, so smooth, this young American. As we say, been in Europe now, must be coming on 7, 8 years. Runner-up twice in the 125cc World Championship. He just can't clinch that essential crown. 35 Malin in your picture. 3 chasing him hard at the moment, SCHMIT, former 250cc champion. But it's still Moore at the front. Nobody seems to be able to get within sight of him. Very, very dusty around the circuit. Riders having a lot of trouble with vision. 5, Bevorts hangs on to second place. Looking back behind, it's 2 now. Well, that's EVERTS. EVERTS to 3rd. Then it's Lejeune. Then SCHMIT, number 3. Then it's Malin. Back with the leader, Bob Moore. Got married, I think it was last year or the year before, and settling down very nicely. And well, Ron Lejeune seems to be, well, I don't know what's happened to Lejeune there. He seems to have been off the machine. Bevorts comes through, so Lejeune looks to be out. EVERTS circulating still in 3rd. And there's a hell of a battle going on behind. TALON VOLLAND beginning to pick his way through. Paul Malin relegated down a position. VOLLAND, another of the Americans, beginning to settle down into the European racing. Frederic Bollet there, number 14, the young French star. 1 on the bike, Albertine, not a good start in race 1. 15, Frederick Val, there's number 9, and that's Jochen Carlsen, the Swede, part of the Kawasaki team. Jamie Scavenels goes through with Bevorts chasing hard behind him. Someone's got a flat tyre, and oh well, that's unluck then for Carlsen. There's the JHK insignia on the front of his shirt, but here comes Moore to take the checkered flag and a wheelie as the commentator gets extremely excited at the outcome of that race. Marnik Bevorts then files in for 2nd spot. 3rd then for Stefan EVERTS, and VOLLAND not too far behind him in 4th. Paul Malin also in close company in 5th. And Bollet gets a big cheer, number 14, 6. And behind Bollet, it's Andre Bartolini then in 7th. And for the victor, a drink, Bob Moore takes the prizes. So Heat 2, here we are, winner of Heat 1, Bob Moore picks the best, what he thinks, the best start position off the gate. 35, Paul Malin. The British rider, Beaucaire, number 10, the American on the Kawasaki, Ron Lejeune. TALON VOLLAND, another of the United States riders, comes out next to the French youngster, Frédéric Bollé. And there is Moore, 76 on the front of that Chesterfield Yamaha. Number 1, Greg Albertine, the South African, world 250cc champion, hoping for a better result. Stefan EVERTS there beside his teammate Jamie Scavenels, both riding for Kawasaki team, sponsored by Silkaleen and JHK for 1994. 15-second boards up. Final preparation, they swing it around to 5 seconds. Clutch is in, it's in gear, the gate's going to drop, they're creeping, they're gone. Who's it going to be? Very quick up the inside, and the problems of dust in the first heat. Riders remonstrating about this, but it's Paul Malin, the British rider with Moore. No, it's not Moore, it's Bartolini. Then it's EVERTS. And that's Bollé. Look at Bollé back there in fourth. There's VOLLAND. Cooper was amongst that group, and there's Albertine swinging wide into the berm, throwing the Suzuki in there to try and get a bit of extra drive out. As they come around, Scavenels goes through, 33, that was Carlson as well, and there's Moore, winner of the first outing, Bob Moore, way down at the back of the park. And Lejeune had a bad start as well, not looking over happy with this. But the Brit, Paul Malin, coming under some pressure now, leads this one away, and it's Bartolini from Bollé. So Bollé goes up to thirds, EVERTS demoted to fourth, and Malin will certainly be really on a high at the moment. Bartolini, Bollé, EVERTS, and VOLLAND number 8, TALON VOLLAND. Look at the dust. They are having major problems there. Ives Demaria just goes through in front of Albertine. Demaria not showing this. Scavenels behind Demaria. Oh, banging them, buffeting they are. There's Frédéric Vial on the inside. There's Moore just gone through. Oh, he's got a mountain to climb if he wants to get back to some maximum points in this one. But it is still the British rider from Derbyshire in Britain, Paul Malin, who leads, number 35. Bartolini, and look at Bollé. Everybody said it was Demaria that was going to follow in the footsteps of Jacques Vimond, the former 250cc world champion, but it looks like Frédéric Bollé seems to be doing just that at the moment. VOLLAND, number 8, whoa! The back end caught up and kicked out. That was very nearly off for him. Demaria, the other of the Frenchman. 34, Cooper. There's Albertine, number 1. But Vorts is behind him at the moment. They really are scrapping for these places. But just look at this. Malin certainly hasn't read the script. He's out there and he's going for this. Paul Malin on the British Matsui Yamaha leads the second moto here at Beaucaire. VOLLAND comes around, and there is Demaria. Albertine on the Suzuki. And there, that's a Brit. That's Paul Cooper. Well, I'll rephrase that. He's actually South African, but now residing in the United Kingdom on the Castrol Honda. Joachim Carlson goes through. They really are scrapping for these places. Points do indeed make prizes, and just look at Malin. He has really got his race head on today, going for it. Full Monty at the front. Big cheer gone up. Demaria comes through. Well, of course, the French partisan crowd here will obviously be rooting for their local heroes, and Demaria being one of them. And look at Bollé. He is absolutely exciting the crowd. He's gone to second. Bartolini relegated down, and Malin must know. Look at the crowd. They're not interested in the leader. It's all for young Frédéric Bollé in second place. What can he do? VOLLAND closing now on Bartolini. Demaria closing on that group. Well, maybe we'll see a French 1 and 2. Not much EVERTS can do about this at the moment. Bevorts goes through. Look at this. Albertine has got Cooper. Two South African riders neck and neck. Greg Albertine and Paul Cooper. And it's Bollé. He found a way past the British rider, Frederick, and look at that. He acknowledges the wave of the crowd, puts a one-hander out as he takes the checkered flag. Olé, it's Frederick Bollé, takes the win from Malin, and it looks like Volland for third. Bartolini for fourth. Bollé, what a little rider. Paul Malin says he's back. Well, I sincerely hope he is. Donny SCHMIT crashed out in Heat 1 with actually Ron Lachine, and he even collected Paul Cooper in the melee. Crashed off a jump. Lachine has decided to sit this last race out. SCHMIT sat the second race out, but has decided to come out for race 3. Yes, it is complex, isn't it? But there you are. Incidentally, for those of you that are really interested, the Yamaha Chesterfield squad are still riding the 93 machines. Not yet out on their 94 bikes. I think they're saving them for the Grand Prix, but they're on the 93 bikes, but whatever, they're still going extremely well. There is JHK man STEFAN Everts with teammate Jamie Scavenells right beside him. Paul Malin says he's back. World champion Albertine. They drop in beside each other. Bevorts in the picture there with Everts. There is SCHMIT, number 3, hoping for some better luck in Heat 3. 15-second board goes up. 5-second board spins around. The gate will drop. Here we go. Beaucaire, Heat 3. Who's it going to be into corner 1? Looks like number 2. Whoa, TALON VOLLAND getting very loose on that first corner. Hung on. But it is SCHMIT. Well, he's probably had a good rest during that second heat. SCHMIT and Albertine at long last. Albie gets out of the gate. Then it's Bevorts. There is Cooper. Bob Moore, not a good start. Bartolini in front. Jochen Carlson, number 9, amongst that group. And there is the I'm Back man. Paul Malin, 35. They begin to sort themselves out. Let's look back down, number 7 there. That's Werner DeWitt. Had some good starts, but he just doesn't seem to have the consistency to stay up front. It is Donny SCHMIT, former World 250cc champion, being chased by the current World 250cc champion, Greg Albertine. SCHMIT on the 93 Chesterfield Yamaha. Albertine on the Johnson's Biaffe Suzuki. And the chase is most certainly on. Well, that's a better position for Cooper. Bartolini, Everts and Moore. And Bollé is there again. Number 14, Frederick Bollé, is there lurking at about 6th place at the moment. But it's the American Donny SCHMIT that leads from Albertine, number 1. Volland beginning to pick his way through the pack. SCHMIT still at the front. Ron Lachine, number 10, decided to sit this one out. Too sore. Oh! Well, that's an unusual mistake from Albertine. He's going to let Volland through. Volland has charged through. He's going to lose it out also to Dumouriez. Terrible mistake. There's Everts. There is Cooper. There is Bartolini. Well, you don't often see Greg Albertine make that kind of mistake. There is Bollé. He has got Carlson right in front of him. There's Malin making full use of those dusty berms, and look at this dust. Lots of criticism here by the riders of the marshals, lack of yellow flags on part of the circuit. Very dangerous. Not happy they are, but nevertheless, here is one man that is currently happy, leading, Donny SCHMIT. Volland, the American, now looks to have gone to second. Oh, and very nearly off the bike twice. Well, legs akimbo from Volland, and that could well have been, I didn't quite catch the number, but that looked like Bollé behind him. SCHMIT, Chesterfield Yamaha, leads, number 3. There is Volland, and no, it's not, it's number 6, Dumouriez. Well, I was close, it was a Frenchman. Then 5, Bevorts. Then 2, Everts, the Belgium. Then it's Bartolini, then Cooper, then Albertine. And there's Bollé behind Albertine. Carlson was there as well in that group, but SCHMIT at the moment has definitely got this at the front. Look at the crowd urging on the Frenchman. SCHMIT got a big lead now. This will be 3 different winners so far at Beaucaire for this year, and if VOLLAND stays where he is, he could well take the overall, so that would make 4 winners of this event. VOLLAND second. EVERTS on that Team Kawasaki machine, really not able to do anything about the riders in front. Cooper having a good ride on the Castrol Honda, but look at Bollé 14. And Moore just goes around Joachim Carlson, number 9. Some more picking up places. I think he may have left it just a little too late. And Malin beginning to make a charge, but we're nearing the checkered flag. Really don't think he's going to make a big difference now, but still a good ride from him. SCHMIT down the big hill, into the dust. Back up over the big double. This is where Lejeune crashed in race 1. Demarié, you can hear the crowd going wild. That's the man they're cheering for. EVERTS comes through, chasing, well, it looks like VOLLAND is chasing at the moment. Here's Albertine, and you can hear the crowd. That means that Bollé is dogging Albertine's back wheel. SCHMIT leading at the front. Very, very smooth Donny SCHMIT, showing the reasons why he became a world 125cc and 250cc champion. Demarié, VOLLAND is around there somewhere in second, or was, but he's now down to third. So Demarié goes to second, VOLLAND to third. This really is beginning to open up now. We're still looking at a potential overall win for VOLLAND, even in 30. I'm adding the points up, he could well take it. If the positions don't change, first time ever 4 winners at Beaucaire. Down the hill they come. Bob Moore trying everything he can on that 93 Chesterfield Yamaha. It's a win then for Donny SCHMIT with a one-hander to the crowd. SCHMIT then. It is going to be Demarié, indeed it is, 6 Ives Demarié, and it's going to be EVERTS. EVERTS from VOLLAND. Now the question now hangs in the balance, has VOLLAND got the overall? Bartolini, Bollé, and then number 5, Monique Bavorts. Albertine dropped way back. SCHMIT with a big smile on his face. He's a very happy man.